Hello, our friends, Evolutionary Energy Arts family.
Hello there. Welcome back.
As always, guys, thanks for being part of the family. Make sure you subscribe to all three channels with that little bell blackened out so you'll hopefully get some notifications. Evolutionary Energy Arts, EEARTS, and our newest, Heart's Ohm, as everything seems to be slow lately. And we're hearing that from everybody we talk to. Seems like technology is, I don't know, having issues.
Kind of grinding to a halt around some people.
Here we have 2 tornado warnings in active western Illinois. So be on the lookout for that. Actually, it looks like there's severe weather potential all the way from there, all the way down to eastern Texas, everywhere in between. We had this massive tornado producing supercell. This was near Slaughterville, Oklahoma yesterday. Pretty ominous looking, my God. Looks like there's a mothership in there or something.
Oh, yeah, it sure does. Wow.
And then we see the damage. And 3 people did lose their lives yesterday in the tornadoes that struck. As you see, some beautiful homes, beautiful area. Well, pretty wrecked. So we do send our prayers to everybody that went through that night and all the family.
Definitely spend some time and send some energy their way.
Absolutely. It just seems like tornadoes are an everyday thing. Lately, as you see, the Shawnee High School, the roof is gone. Actually, just about everything is gone when you look at it. Thankfully, it wasn't at a time when people were in the high school. This is kind of beautiful and a little different. You have rare desert waterfalls flowing a month after record snowfall awakened them in the first place. Gunlock State Park over in Utah. There's just something about when you see water rushing in the desert that just is like magical.
You know, it's the contrast, I think. It's, the dry desert and the rushing water, and it creates something in the atmosphere that's magical.
Ah. Yes, absolutely. And of course, water brings life. We have one of the earliest snowfalls ever recorded in Brazil. Historically cold March for Guadalupe, and at least 19 U.S. resorts have broken all-time snowpack records this year. How long will they be able to keep it up with the, we're all warming, we're all melting, we're all going to be swimming because the ice caps are going to melt and... Yeah, how long are they going to be able to keep this up? I mean, they're going to keep saying stuff until they're blue in the face. I mean, they're going to be shivering cold and walking outside, their offices in August, and there'll be snow coming down. They're saying, it's getting too hot in here.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, they will, and then some.
Yeah, they'll still stick to the story because that's all it is a story. Bacteria skyrockets to 100 times beyond safe levels in some Ft.Lauderdale canals after historic flooding. Ft.Lauderdale, known as the Venice of America for its many waterways, was marred by water dirtier than toilet water during this historical flooding. This is something that gets kind of left out of the mix when we talk about it. And right now you have massive sargassum swells coming into the area as well. We've had red tide, we've had green algae blooms. It's just so sad that this system sickens the world so much that it doesn't take much to feel that it's all kind of on purpose.
No, it doesn't.
Okay, get this. Biden to punish good credit homebuyers to subsidize high-risk mortgages. A new rule from the 46th administration is going to force homebuyers with good credit scores to pay higher mortgage rates in order to subsidize loans to those with riskier borrowing profiles. So if you have a credit score of 680 or better, you're going to be penalized. And if you're going for a house with a loan of $400,000, you're going to pay roughly $40 a month more to subsidize those that have poor credit. How do you feel about this, guys? What is your thoughts on that? And also, home buyers who make down payments of 15 to 20%, which was the given norm in the old days, will be hit with the largest fees. Wait a minute. So you're able to do the quote-unquote traditional thing. You have, a credit and you can put down 20% and you're going to get penalized? Why does this seem like everything that comes out of 46's administration and many others around the globe just doesn't seem to make any sense?
Well, it only makes sense if you understand the agenda, and it's not to help us, it's to kind of destroy us. So it's like blow the balloon up and let it pop.
Yeah. The charges will frustrate homebuyers with high credit scores as well as those looking to refinance. And we have heard from those in the business that the banks are absolutely tightening at this point, and that it's going to get tougher and tougher to get a mortgage in the first place. And meanwhile, home prices last month experienced the largest annual drop since 2012. Median sale price is 3.3% lower than a year ago. And I'm not sure if I shared with you guys. I have been watching a lot more finance and things. I was watching this gentleman that is a billionaire, and he makes his money all in real estate speculation for the most part. And he was saying the reason that you're not seeing so many new homes come on the market, and many people expected we would have been flooded with many more homes by this point in time, is because they're being set aside. They're being basically bought out in many cases by these REITs, by BlackRocks of the world, Vanguards of the world, Gil Bates of the world, and so many others. The other thing, too, if you follow today's headlines with like Neil McCoy Ward and so many of the other financial guys, they're all talking about, well, kind of the death of the dollar. And it was when Biden said the ruble is rubbish that it seemed like the death knell was tolled. For whom the bell tolls. I know you guys know who sings that song. It seems like from that point on, everything has gone south and sour. And, again, when will the dollar no longer be the dominant currency out there? It's happening as we speak. The BRICS nations are becoming the dominant force out there. And, this is what, definitely is foretelling the death of this particular economic cycle that we're in. And so for some people abroad, especially if the yuan goes way up in value, gets stronger, then who's going to be buying up U.S. real estate. It won't be U.S. citizens.
Nope.
No, absolutely. So why does Brussels hate us? Livid EU farmers hit back at the green agenda, coming at a time when, again, it doesn't seem like it makes any sense to put all these carbon emission things in. Well, because we have skyrocketing energy costs, skyrocketing food costs, all sorts of food disasters, seems like megaton blast taking out dairy farms. And what do? They're making it harder, and they're just seemingly trying to drive all the small and medium-sized farmers totally out of business. Absolutely. Cut emissions. We're all going to drown in the ice caps melt. Well, didn't Al Gore say something like that 20-something years ago? And isn't there more ice pack now than there was then? We could see what's around us and make our own observations. And, your science doesn't seem too accurate. But, again, it's like Vegas odds. You just, you're going up against the house.
Well, you got to ask the people, why are they conforming to all of these new laws anyway?
Yeah, absolutely. And here you go. This is from New York. Just read the energy, listen to his voice. And read the energy here.
1 in every 5 metric tons of carbon dioxide our city emits comes from food. But all food is not created equal. The vast majority of food that is contributing to our emission crisis lies in meat and dairy products. We already know that a plant-powered diet is better for your physical and mental health And I am living proof of that. But the reality is that thanks to this new inventory, we're finding out it is better for the planet. 1 in every 5 metric tons of...
So, it's all the same agenda. They're going to tax you on your breath. This is the bottom line. They'll tax your urine, your feces, and your breath.
Mm-hmm. It's pretty disgusting, literally.
Well, hopefully we won't have to poop, pee, and expel oxygen into meters or something, get it measured, and so they could get an accurate, idea of our emissions.
I just wouldn't be surprised.
Panic buying causes widespread gas station closures in South Florida after all the floods. All of a sudden, everybody is like topping off and being extra prepared. Can you imagine when the lights go out, what this is going to be like? I would estimate that 80% of gas stations closing are due to panic buying. As we had record rains in one day, just record rains. 59% of the gas stations in Miami Ft.Lauderdale market were closed Wednesday. That's a lot. That's a lot. Up from 20% on Sunday. Oh, in a wartime scenario, too, there will be rationing on top of that. And so there's an awful lot to think of, guys. Awful lot to think of, guys. Absolutely. And then we have this. For those asking for the metallic orb UAP video used in demonstration today at a UFO hearing by Dr. Kirkpatrick. It is not the Mosul orb video. There's been many orbs. Orbs are common. I mean, I can't tell you how many orbs are out there. Now, this just happens to be filmed by a Reaper, and this isn't a military situation. And here you go, we have our high-tech Reaper, and then all of a sudden an orb flies by at speeds that we can't manage and can do things that we can't. Well, that's because we've never been alone. Do you think that's a fallen angel? I think it's a metallic object. It's not a fallen angel. Barking up the wrong tree. Some people are always barking up a tree that leads to a confined mental space. But yeah, absolutely. The object remains unidentified. This is a drone of sorts, and again, the reptilians that control this planet and have controlled it during these dark ages, they have all sorts of technology watching us all the time. This is fascinating to watch all this happen, though. As we have hearings going on. There's been so many hearings, and a lot has been given to the public. They've already told you we can't do this. Well, the Russians, we don't think they could do it. We don't think the Chinese can do it either. What's the other option?
They're just going to keep putting this information up on the board. It's out for grabs, and it's not like anything is really going to get adapted. To me, it's just a device for look over there, look over there, look over there. It's like, to me, of course we live in a world where there's different entities, but a lot of people are glued to this because they want more proof. So
more proof. They just need to open their eyes. They need to learn how to read.
They want to hear it from the mainstream. To them, if they just hear it from the mainstream, that makes it real. Then it's put in their box that they've created for themselves to make it real.
Ah, yes. There you go. It's all about the box. It's all about the box. And we climb out of one box, and then yet often we are still in another. And then we find that we're in yet another. So, yeah, this is about that. First, publicized images of a UAP shot from a military drone, as you can see it blown up there. But it's not the first one we've shared with you guys. We've shared tons of them. Let's go this one. This is in California, in the greater Los Angeles area, as it's fading out now. Okay, they hate it when I pull up these photos. Oh, they're screwing with me again. They're screwing with me again. See, we are hacked. So anyway, you can see... Oh, they're doing it again. See, this is where I'm hacked into, and we are hacked into. And they'll try to pull up something, but you could probably see what we're sharing here. As you see, a photo of ZB, my beloved ZB. But over the years, we have caught so many different flying objects in our own videos. And, that one that I was trying to show you there, That was at a friend's house, and the orb came within a few feet of my head. This is what they hate more than anything, because we caught one of their jinn on film. This is truly something you can call a demonic entity, and it did slaughter the herd that are here. But there's been so many ships and things that we have caught over the years, and that our family members, you guys, have sent in to us. And let's see what happens if I click on it. Okay, that one's staying. No, it's not staying. Okay. Yes, the forever battle against the power system. Yeah, Satan and his fallen angels. Again, it's a matter of realizing these are extraterrestrials and interdimensional beings that do become solid to us at some points in time, and thus this is where the myths and legends come from.
And ask yourself, why is it so important that, a quote unquote legitimate source tell you that there's something else out there? The most important source you need to listen to is inside of yourself. It's you.
Yeah, again, you could go to the myths and the legends all around the world. Just look at all the tribal legends. Everybody knows that we're not alone. That there's beings that come from the sky, there's beings that live inside the earth, there's beings under the oceans, and there's also these beings that know how to manipulate their own frequencies and their vibratory rates, that they can appear to be solid and then disappear into nothing. But there's been so many great researchers. Again, when you start getting the answers and start really seeing the complete picture is when you look to the past, look to the present, look to every single culture you could look at their myths and legends, and then take the totality of that picture. And it becomes very, very clear. All our politicians, the whole structure upon the planet is just simply, it is working for Satan. But again, Satan is an extraterrestrial race of beings, or multiple races when you get down to it.
Indeed.
As always, guys, thanks for your support on Ko-Fi and Patreon. We couldn't do it without you guys. I just wanted to share this little blurb. This was when there was a hurricane in Mexico. As you see, this little guy, or big guy, he was trying to keep himself afloat. He's climbing to stay above water, as so many of us are right now, until help comes and rescues us. And help did come for him, and he was rescued, thankfully. Again, do not forget our animals, our pets, our beloved ones. Often, it's through our animals and our pets that we can truly see the love of God.
They are angels. Source bless and namaste.
Namaste.